Good question. The danger with vitamin A supplementation is small. The risk of osteoporosis from taking a huge amount of vitamin A does exist, but it is unlikely to be a problem unless you take an awful lot. The way to sidestep the issue entirely is to get your vitamin A from plants. Now, the vitamin A from animals is retinol, or a retinol ester, which is the storage form in the liver. This is preformed vitamin A. This is what you would get if you bought vitamin A in a capsule, in an oil capsule. You'd get preformed vitamin A. That's the stuff that you can take too much of. But beta-carotene, and the other carotenes, but beta-carotene in particular, which is a vitamin A palmitate or a precursor, or called provitamin A. Beta-carotene in vegetables is converted into vitamin A by the body when the body needs to convert it. On demand means the body has control and it will do what's safe. You cannot overdose on beta-carotene. You can overdose on preformed vitamin A, the oily stuff. In addition to that, you can get your beta-carotene from diet so easily by having lots of vegetables and fruits. Non-citrus fruits, the orange and yellow ones, and then of course all manner of green vegetables and orange vegetables, which you should be eating anyway, especially if you can get them fresh and raw and organic and grow a garden. It's so easy to grow greens. It's so easy to grow leaf lettuce. It's so easy to grow collards. And it's not hard to grow broccoli. And it's dead easy to grow kale. My kale's up already. It's early May. I put it in when the snow was still on the ground. You just throw the seed in the ground. I don't even scratch the ground. I don't do anything. The ground is prepared the previous fall. I mean, it is dirt and it's a garden. But I basically, in early spring or late winter, I throw the kale seed in and I don't do anything. And it comes up. And I've got 2 huge tracts of kale, enough kale to share with people in the neighborhood who will run and close their doors and lower their blinds when they see me coming with kale. Why? Because not everybody likes kale. It has none of the charm of broccoli and all of the bad taste of cabbage. But it's good for you. And you can juice it with apples or carrots, and it's not that bad. You can dry it in the stove. You can salt it. You can deep fry it if you must. You can put it in soup, or you can just use it as a garnish. You can eat it in a salad. Kale is really, really good for you. It's so easy to grow and so cheap. The same is true with a lot of other things, beet greens, spinach. These are very easy plants to grow, and they're loaded with beta-carotene. No need for a beta-carotene supplement if you eat a lot of squash, a lot of carrots. And if you juice the carrots, you're really going to have a wonderful absorption of all that beta-carotene. I am moderately well known for telling the story of my little boy when he was about 3. And he loved squash. He ate winter squash, and he ate all kinds of sweet potatoes and yams, and he even ate pumpkin. Squash was kind of expensive. We didn't have much money back then. So to save money, I bought a can of pumpkin instead of squash. And his mother said, "You can't get pumpkin." And I said, "Well, why not? You make pie out of it." "Well, he won't like it." I said, "Well, let's try it." So I gave him some pumpkin, kind of heated up in the little warming table, which these little warming trays were very popular in the 70s. I think it had little flowers on it and everything. It was very hippie-ish. And I gave him a little bit of this pumpkin with his little baby spoon, and he loved it. So he was eating squash and pumpkin and sweet potatoes and yams and carrots, and he turned orange. He really did. His grandfather said to me, "You know, your kid's orange." And I said, "No, he's not." He said, "Yes, he is." I said, "No, he's not." He said, "Yes, he is. Bring him over here. Put him under the light." So we stuck him under the light, and we looked at him, and I had an orange 3-year-old boy. Talked to a professor at a local university who knew a lot about plant science, and he said, "Well, just knock off the beta-carotene, the orange vegetables, for a while, and it'll go away, and it did. But he was very healthy at the time. I also looked it up, and I found out that there is no danger, and I mean no danger, from too much carotene. When the skin turns orange, it's called hyperkeratinosis. It's also known as hyperkeratinemia, if the blood level is high. It is entirely harmless. There was a study done in Finland a number of years ago that I regret ever got the light of day because it didn't deserve it. They gave 20 milligrams of synthetic beta-carotene to heavy smokers, and they noticed that that group seemed to have lung cancer more often than another group that didn't. And instead of blaming the cigarettes, they blamed the carotene. And it was such a small amount of carotene that it doesn't even pass the straight face test to think that that little bit that would be found in 1 carrot could possibly cause a disease. Indeed, it's smoking that causes the disease. And studies done in normal people, people that don't smoke, and I think if you're normal, you don't smoke. And I think if you smoke, you're not entirely normal because your body is breathing in all this toxin. How can that be normal? So if you're smoking, please stop. But people that are not smoking and took more beta-carotene, much more beta-carotene, had health benefits. So beta-carotene is very safe. Why am I talking about that? Because you can have all the carrots and veggies that you want. You can have all the carrot juice that you want. This will give you tons of vitamin A, and you can't possibly have a problem at all with osteoporosis or any other side effect because your body will convert from beta-carotene to active vitamin A, retinol, when it wants to, on demand, and that guarantees safety.